As a child, I went to an elementary school which I absolutely loved. When I graduated high school shortly after, the school closed. As a young adult, I was asked to return to the school to direct a haunted house for the town, and I did that for 4 years in a row. During those 4 years, the team and I that created this haunted house had experiences with the paranormal. And following the last haunted house, I had a series of dreams and nightmares revolving around this school.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Corey Ray Steringer, and today I'm back for part 3 of my Haunted School series. As you can see here in the Steringer household, we've gone from Halloween to full-on Christmas. My wife put up our Christmas tree, so I no longer have my Halloween signs behind me, but 'tis the season. We still have some Halloween things up because it's me. You can't get rid of Halloween that easily. But today's video is going to be another dream, and this one is one of the darker two that I'll be telling, this one and the next one. The next one is the darkest of any of them, but this one's right up there with it. But, yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. So, I'm going to turn you a little bit here. So this dream, just like the last video, started out in the cafeteria. There was some kind of event going on. I don't think there was anybody there I knew except for my former boss from my old job. But we were down in the cafeteria and there was some kind of play or production or something going on that was sponsored by my old job, which is the local arts council. And at the beginning of it, my old boss comes out onto the stage and the screen drops down and it shows a picture of where I worked at, the offices and the art gallery. And she's like, this production was sponsored by so-and-so Arts Council. I'm not going to say the name unless you're local to where I live. I'm not going to say where it's at. But she said this event was sponsored by so-and-so Arts Council. I'm sure you all are familiar with Corey Steringer, who's from this town. And everybody turns, and I stood up and somebody brought me over this snow globe, which was random, and handed it to me. Well, I sat back down and I go to shake it and it breaks in my lap, and there's all the glittery snow stuff and the water and everything's just all over me. So I get up and go down the hall to the boys' bathroom, and this is where things start getting creepy and weird. So I walk into the boys' bathroom, and there's all these kids in there, boys and girls, just completely filling the bathroom. And they're everywhere. There's kids inside the stalls, standing on the backs of the toilets, watching what's going on in the center here, I'll be telling in a second. But just completely filled with all these kids, and they're all dressed in clothes that look like they're probably from the 60s era. All the girls are wearing dresses, all the boys are wearing jeans and stuff. I don't know what era this would be. 50s even maybe, I don't know. But in the middle, well, they're all surrounded around the sinks that's against the one wall, which would be on your left as you walk in. And they're watching this one boy wearing a jean jacket and jeans and a black t-shirt. And he has shoulder-length black hair. And he has this other boy sitting on a chair. And he has a hold of the back of this kid's chair. And he's just full forcefully shoving this kid's face into a sink. Beating his face off the sink while he's sitting in this chair. To the point where he's basically just doing it to kill him. And all these kids are just watching and cheering him on and everything. He's their ringleader. Which he is their ringleader. I later find out. But I start freaking out, obviously, because I think it's real at first. And I come running out of the bathroom and tell people, call the cops, there's a bunch of kids in here trying to kill this boy. And then, I was all of a sudden back into the cafeteria, and I don't know, nobody, said anything whenever I come running out like that. And, like I said, back in the cafeteria, I'm sitting there in the chair, and all those kids come in through the door behind us that leads out into the hallway where the bathroom was. They all come in a straight line, and as they walk past me, every single one of them have their heads turned looking directly at me because I come out and told on them, I guess. And that's when I realized that every single one of them, their eyes were jet black. Had no white, no color, anything. It was just completely black. Excuse me, I just hiccuped. But yeah, just like soulless black eyes. And I don't know if they were like demons in disguise as kids. I don't know if they were possessed kids. I don't know if they were just ghosts. I don't know. But they all had black eyes. It was creepy. So, after they walked past me and give me the stare down, the play that we was all there to watch starts. And as I'm sitting there, I'm facing the stage, and then sitting in front of me is this little girl and her grandfather, but instead of facing the stage, their seats are turned around and they're facing me. Almost like we're sitting in, a perfect example would be like a restaurant booth or something, or sitting at a table even. Just, we're facing each other. And why they were facing me instead of the stage, I don't know. But I'm sitting there watching the play, and all of a sudden, I hear this little girl go, "Grandpa, there's a spider on your face." And I look over at this old man, and he's sitting there like this. And then all of a sudden goes, back in his chair. And as he does that, I can see coming out of his throat these spiders and other crawly little bugs coming up his throat and down all over him. So I jump up and start yelling for help. And when I turn around, the kid that was like the ringleader, the black-haired kid, is standing behind me with this gun. And the guns were weird. They didn't have a trigger. They just used a little, I don't even know what the thing's called on top. I don't know. They had pistols. They didn't have triggers. We'll say that. But they had the thing on top, and that's how they shot the gun. But as I turned around, those kids are all over and have the guns, but the leader is standing right behind me, and he shoots me in the chest. And as I'm falling to the floor to die, that's when I woke up. But, I don't know. Like I said, this was a dark one. Still not as dark as the one I'm going to tell in the next video, in my opinion. But, yeah. So one thing I never mentioned in any of my videos, I am an artist. So in the ghost journal, I actually sometimes draw pictures of what these spirits, ghosts look like. And this one, I drew a picture of the boy and of the grandfather with the bugs coming out of his mouth. And I'm going to show those to you now. So now you can picture better what I saw in this dream. And like I said, I don't know if these kids were ghosts, possessed children, demons in disguise as children, I don't know. But they were dressed in older clothes, like older style clothes. Their eyes were jet black. And at first, I didn't consider this a ghost dream. Why? I don't know. But the more I thought about it, as usual, I was the only one that interacted with them. Even at the end, whenever they were running around with the guns and stuff, I was the only one freaking out about them shooting. And I was the one that fell to the ground to die, you know. But, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think these kids were? And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit subscribe so you can see all my upcoming videos. There's still 2 more parts to the Haunted School series. And if you have subscribed, I thank you for the support. It means a lot. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks. Bye.